right, now at 11, several Jacksonville citywide elections were decided tonight. Others, though, are headed to a May runoff, and that includes the race for mayor. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Heather Crawford.
And I'm Anthony Austin. So we have your complete election coverage tonight, including live team coverage from the campaigns of the top two vote getters. Our Cheyenne Cole is covering the Donna Deegan campaign, and Andrew Badillo has reaction from tonight's election from Daniel Davis. But first, let's talk about the results of the mayor's race. So right now, Donna Deegan with nearly 40% of the vote, Daniel Davis with 25%. They will be going to a runoff, which is happening in May. So we're staying with this race with On Your Side's Cheyenne Cole. She spoke with Donna Deegan after that race was called.
And Cheyenne joins us live tonight. So how did Donna Deegan react to the results?
Well, Heather, Donna Deegan is thrilled. She says it's clear from tonight's results, Jacksonville wants a mayor who involves the people in city government and listens. Deegan's looking forward to continuing to get voters to the polls for her later this year. Deegan says her boots on the ground approach to campaigning door to door worked, and she has no plans to stop before the next election. She'll focus on turnout in the next 7 weeks, making sure voters are informed about when Election Day is and where they can cast a ballot. One thing she felt hurt her Republican opponents, negative attack ads early on. She says while she may become the target of Davis's attacks in the coming weeks, she won't engage in that kind of campaigning. Deegan says even though she polled well in the court of public opinion, she didn't let it make her overconfident.
You never know if the polls are right until people actually turn out and vote. So I'm thrilled to see the result, and I think it's the result of 16 months of really making connections in the neighborhoods and talking to people and listening, and I hope we can get even more people in the vote.
The general election is set for May 16th. Reporting live from downtown Jacksonville, Cheyenne Cole, First Coast News, On Your Side.
Thank you, Cheyenne. And as many of you know, Donna Deegan is the wife of First Coast News meteorologist Tim Deegan. Tim is not a part of editorial decisions involving our political coverage.
And Republican Daniel Davis thanked supporters tonight at his watch party, saying he's looking forward to making Jacksonville safer and more prosperous. On Your Side's Andrew Badillo was at Davis's watch party and spoke with the mayoral candidate after his speech. Andrew.
Yeah, Anthony, public safety certainly a big theme at Daniel Davis's watch party tonight. Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters introducing Davis before he spoke tonight. Now, Davis's campaign, as I said, has been very much predicated on public safety, and Waters' presence certainly pushed that forward tonight. Now, in his speech, Davis asked voters if they don't want to see Jacksonville become the next New York or San Francisco to vote for him. Davis said he wants to put more police on Jacksonville streets, saying his priority is to make Jacksonville safer. Davis says he believes the choice for Jacksonville voters is easy.
There's a clear difference between Donna Deegan and myself. I'm going to work hard for Jacksonville to make it a safer place, and I think Jacksonville deserves a better opportunity for the future, and so I can't wait for that opportunity.
Now, as the president and CEO of the Jacks Chamber, I did ask Davis on his thoughts about adding workforce talent to Jacksonville and if there were any industries that the city is currently missing and could add if he was elected mayor. He told me Jacksonville isn't missing anything, but if he is elected, he promises to keep recruiting talent and workers to the city. We're live here in the South Side. Andrew Badillo, First Coast News, On Your Side.
Andrew, thank you. And there are a lot of election results to cover tonight for the citywide elections. And just a reminder, a candidate has to get 50% plus one to win the race. So we have a lot of races that are going to runoffs. So we want to take a look at some of those races tonight. So here's the results for Jacksonville City Council District 2. Mike Gay has 42% of the vote and Lindsey Brock has 33%, meaning they are expected to head to a runoff. The race for City Council District 8 is a close one. The top two vote getters are Reggie Gaffney Jr. with 34% and Tamika Gaines Holly with 32% of the vote. And City Council District 7 is another close one. Jimmy Peluso has 35% of the vote. Joseph Hogan has 32%. On your side's Rich Donnelly headed out to the watch parties with the top 2 candidates in this race. He will have more just ahead on First Coast News at 11.
We're here with our political analysts, John Daigle and Andrew Pantazzi. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us tonight. We've been watching the election results come in, and we want to talk about the lessons learned from this election, the big takeaways tonight. I want to start with you, Andrew. We saw a lot of money spent in a lot of these races. We know in the mayoral election, in that race, a lot of money was spent. What role did the campaign spending actually have?
Yeah, we broke records in this mayoral campaign with the amount of spending that happened, especially by Daniel Davis and Leanna Cumber. We also saw that Donna Deegan, who was outspent 12-1 by the other candidates, still emerged as the top candidate. And now looking at how she and Daniel Davis both outperformed their polls, they've got to go back to the wells. They've got to go back to people and say, hey, we're running now for May. We need more money to be able to run that campaign. And she's going to have to persuade some of those campaign donors to give her more money. And Daniel Davis, who has spent millions of dollars already at this point, is going to have to re-raise millions of dollars to run this second campaign where he reintroduces himself to voters.
All right, so as we head into the May runoff election, John, we saw a lot of negative campaigning a lot of negative ads. I'm sure our viewers were seeing them on television. What impact did those negative ads have, and what can we expect heading into the May runoff?
Well, it very different races in a March race versus May. There's a question about their impact and whether they had a huge impact on, because both Cumber and Davis went hard negative, and you can debate whether it worked for one or not, or whether it had any impact at all. But I think it's important. There's little doubt that the Davis camp will go hard negative. That's kind of their shtick. It's kind of what they do. There are some big questions, though, will they go negative with the same script and playbook that they always do, liberal, connect them with national Democrats and so forth, or will it get more personal than that? And the big question on the Donna side is she's run a very positive race now. She's going to get pressure to go negative. That's sort of politics 101. Will she go along with that and change her style, or will she stay positive? That's a big strategic question, and I'm not sure what the right answer is.
We will see what happens as we head to that May runoff. Andrew, John, thank you so much for your analysis tonight. We appreciate you both.
Thank you.